So I just finished Flux Chapter 5, Survivors of the Flux, and thought that one was actually quite good. I don't think it was as good as most of the other ones, especially since it was a bit like the first episode. It was setting things up, but this time it was only setting things up for the sixth one. The only plot threads that were really finalised was the division, and by finalised it was really, explaining what was happening there, with Tectean and the division being in the void, and that's how the Doctor could never find them. But we'll start right from the beginning. Dan, Yaz, and Jericho all together having adventures in 1904. That's got Big Finish written all over it. The Adventures of Dan, Yaz, and Jericho. I mean, they could do literally anything with that, and I really hope that they do. I mean, I probably won't buy it, but someone probably will. The Return of Tectean, as I mentioned, that's good to see that wasn't completely abandoned, and also good to see that the division with her has sort of shown up. Because Tectean didn't really show up. She was in flashbacks and etc. But now she's actually here. We see her in the present time, as well as the division. We also saw the return of a unit under the Serpent's Hand character. I think that was his name, was Serpent's Hand. Well, no, the Grand Serpent, that was his name. It was a bit strange that they were said to be started in 1957, when they were started just after the Abominable Snowmen event. Snowmen? The Yeti event, just after in 1969. So, a bit strange on that one. Especially when they showed the second scene of them in 1967. And the corporal, that's a bit shouty, I guess is supposed to be the brigadier or whatever. Bit weird, that. But then again, unit states are a bit buggered with the whole dating controversy, so we're not going to get into that. So with the division, they had some lovely CGI scenes. I think the CGI in this episode was on top compared to the last one. Everything looked just perfect. Especially when they were showing the galaxy models, and also the Doctor's hollow message was quite nice. It even moved, because Yaz's hands would move within, and it moved quite nicely. And the Doctor said at the division that they'd solve everything by reversing the polarity, which was quite funny. And there was, of course, Joseph. He's now gotten a bit more explanation as to what he was doing and what his tunnels were for. Time tunnels, or time corridors, I guess you could call them. Quite good to see that he's not just been abandoned. And to see why he was in the second episode, War of the Sontarans, is because... Oh no, it was the first one. No, it was the second one. Yeah, in War of the Sontarans. Why he was walking around, because he was just investigating what was going on there. Vinder and Bell didn't really do too much in this one, and I guess that's because they kind of featured more in the last one. Same with Carnavista, he didn't turn up as much. I think altogether they got about 3 scenes. Vinder got, I guess you could say, 1. Bell got 2. The one where she was heading towards where Vinder was and then got hyperjacked, or whatever it was, by Carnavista, and then they were attacked by the Sontarans. It was also good to see that the Sontarans were back, and they were working with the Grand Serpent to take over Earth after many, many tries. But yeah, I thought this one was quite good. It was, like the first one I said, setting it up, but I suppose we won't really know the extent of how good it was until the next one comes out. The Vanquishers, which I think actually looks really good as well. The whole of the Flux so far, I think, has been quite good. None of the stories have been particularly weak. They've all had their own strengths. Some have had a few weaknesses, like Time of Angels. Village of the Angels wasn't... I did enjoy it, but looking back now, it wasn't fantastic, as I originally thought. It is kind of just sitting there. But the Vanquishers just look good. Obviously the Doctor isn't dusted by the next time trailer. Spoilers, I guess. I mean, if you didn't see it. But it'll be good to see how all this ties up in the next one. I know this video is a bit shorter than the other ones, a few minutes or so, but I guess just less rambling to go through. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one.